Today, I'm talking about relatable things every Bloxburg player has experienced. Before the video starts, thank you for 130,000 subscribers. We're getting super close to 150,000 and I really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's go over relatable things. Pretty much everyone has seen someone begging for money at some point. It could have been at your front door or while you were working, or maybe even someone saying ABC to donate in the chat. I don't know why people say that because it never works, but it happens. The funniest part is that if the beggar spent that time working instead of begging, they would have made way more money. The premium donation limit is 50,000 every 24 hours, and you can definitely make more than 50,000 a day by working. Running out of money sucks, because usually you're halfway through a build or maybe even almost done with it, and then you see this funny pop-up, which means you have to go work for an hour or two to get enough money to finish the build. You could also buy the rest of the money, but I don't think many people do that because it's not cheap. And the last alternative is actually the next relatable thing. Bulldozing your plot is the fastest way to get lots of money quick. People either do it to gather money for a build or just to free up a plot. It sucks getting rid of old builds because you're permanently deleting something you put a lot of effort and time into. But you gotta do what you gotta do. If Bloxburg introduced some kind of archive feature where you could store old builds and pay to automatically rebuild them whenever you wanted, I think the community would really appreciate it. Stocking up on seasonal items is something I do a lot. No one knows when certain items will never come back, so to prevent that, just spend a few $100,000 on every seasonal update. You won't have much money, but at least you'll have cool items. At some point, you probably told yourself you're gonna focus on making as much money as possible. So you log on, go to pizza delivery, and after like 5 minutes, you end your shift because you're bored. It happens a lot, and since pizza delivery is an insanely repetitive job, that probably doesn't help much. The next relatable thing is also about working. When you zone out while working, there's a 50-50 chance you will either hit a tree or fall into the river. Hitting trees doesn't really matter, even though it does get annoying having to accelerate again, but falling into the river means you have to restart your shift, and if your shift was really long, that sucks. Another thing that happens when you zone out is this. The dumb bike won't turn around, and no matter how many times you try, it doesn't move. Please make the door bigger. Bills are the most depressing part about Bloxburg because they show up at the most inconvenient times. Ready to add on to your house? Nope, pay your bills first. Are you having a great time across the map at your friend's plot? That's awesome. Waste some money to power a house you aren't at. Are you on your last $10 with nothing to eat, no electricity, and no water? This will cheer you up. Bills really aren't a big deal. They're usually only a few $1,000s, but still, no one likes them. When you first started playing Bloxburg, you probably didn't have enough money to buy a vehicle, but sometimes you would have to cross the map, so instead of walking the whole way, you would go to pizza delivery and use the pizza bikes. Up until recently, pizza bikes were pretty slow, but better than walking. But now, pizza bikes are super fast. Faster than some of the vehicles in the game, so it's definitely a good way to travel. They're also pretty helpful in big neighborhoods where all the plots are taken. I don't know if this is just me, but whenever I'm bored, I start jumping around my trees and buildings, almost as if my plot turned into some kind of parkour map. If you haven't done it before, you should try it because it's a really good way to brainstorm ideas. Or maybe I'm just unable to stand still for longer than 30 seconds. Textures can either work perfectly or horribly. Here's an example. Let's say we have a wood floor texture and we want it to face the same way. Sometimes it does that, but other times it doesn't. So you sit there and keep placing it over and over until it faces the right way. Another annoying problem is overlapping textures. If you have multiple roofs, chances are it looks like this inside. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do to prevent this other than using the smooth plastic texture. But when everything works first try, building is a lot more peaceful. And that was a few relatable things every Bloxburg player has experienced. Make sure to comment how many you found relatable. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you left a like and subscribed. My socials are on the screen now and in the description if you would like to see all my other cool posts. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.